this on YouTube if this is gonna get me copywritten.
We need, we really need. Give us what we need, we really need. Give us
I'm
what
gonna have
we
to skip
need,
all of
we
this
really
shit.
need. What? Give us.
Nobody wants to hear you lip sync to what is this?
I love it.
How are you, Kieron?
When things go wrong, we
Uh-huh.
start to worry.
You were saying you like doing this podcast with me?
Saying, Lord, 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 why don't you help me with my problems? Oh, he'll give us what we need.
Why don't you get this out of your system?
Okay, yes, I love doing this with you. I'm very
No,
happy to be
get it
back.
out of your system. Go ahead.
He'll give us what we need, we really need. I'm happy. I'm very happy to be here. You're my brother. I love you. And I've been on time the last 4 fucking times.
Yep, you've been very much on time.
Yeah, so I want to hear that. We talking about old news. You got to stop. You know what, Aaron? You know what you got to stop doing?
What I gotta stop doing, Kieron?
You got to stop living in the past.
Uh-huh.
That shit we talking about, that shit we argue about old news.
Okay. Why? What makes you think I was arguing about it with you?
Huh?
I didn't argue about it. I never said you weren't on time. You were on time.
Nah.
I mean, today. I'm saying today.
Oh, okay,
I never
okay.
brought you. You came here on time, then you started ranting.
Yeah, because I had a chip on my shoulder.
I know. When do you ever let it go?
What, anything?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Why not?
Because I'm not where I got to be yet. And when I get where I be, I like to imagine that you know, the chips may fall.
I have so many predictions, Kieron. There's no way. I think that when you get to wherever you're trying to get to, can we describe what you're trying to get to? Where you think the chip will finally come off your shoulder?
Supreme leader of the world. No, I don't know. Just like all the success that I know God got for me. That's it. It's coming. He'll give us what we need. It may not be what we want, right?
But I'm just saying, when you finally get it,
Yeah.
Do you think that the chip will just melt off your shoulder, or do you think it's going to take work?
Fuck no. It's gonna be a lot of work. But I think that I'll have the time. I'll finally be like, okay, see, Kieron, all the stress and craziness and anger and you wanting to fucking kill yourself at 4 a.m. every single night, it all paid off. And now you get to take a breath, and you have the money and the resources where people will help you now, and you can talk about all of the things that are up there.
We're about to talk about.
Yeah, and they'll give me really good advice because I'll be with those people that because they have comedian therapists. They do. There's like a couple therapists. This is really big in LA, where they just have a bunch of therapists that keep a net of comedians because they understand. So like if I go in and I go like, oh, I really care what people think about. You got to stop caring what people think about you. No, that doesn't apply here. I have to care what people think about me. I have to care what that booker thinks about me, what this next comedian thinks about me, because that matters for the work that I have to care about these things.
But there's a line.
Of course, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. But I think we've talked about how like I'm really into like stoicism and shit. And have we not?
I don't think so.
Oh no?
Mm-mm.
Well, like stoicism, I love it. It's great. But there are so many things that just don't apply in our world. Our world is a different world. It truly is, especially if you're like taking it serious. And again, this pays like my rent. And so this is like my job. This is my world. Everything else is me doing other shit.
Yeah.
But comedy's like my world. Entertainment is like the world. I have to care about all these things that they tell me not to care about. What is it? Can I tell you my favorite quote? This has nothing to do with anything, but it's my favorite Stoic quote. No man can enter the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man.
I like the quote. It sounds really smart, but what does it mean? Can you break that down?
Okay, so I was telling this to a friend of mine because we were talking. Oh no, I was telling this to my best friend's cousin because this nigga was losing his mind about a woman. And so then we just got a bunch of guys together who have all lost their mind over a woman. And we're like, all right, here's the info that we can give you. And so he was like, and he kept saying like, no, but like if I just get her back, then it'll be the same if I get her back. And I'm like, no, because no man can enter the same river twice. So for the analogy, he's the man, she's the river, right? Because rivers are ever flowing. And then in the time that y'all have spent apart, you are not the same person that you were. You now respond to things differently. It maybe used to not bother you that like she would like if she got busy sporadically, she wouldn't send you a message. But now knowing what y'all went through, now that's going to bother you a lot because you have this like not like history. Yes, but like you have like this like you've added like your own kind of like pretenses to what her being busy means. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like, you're not the same man, and then she's not the same river. Everything flows and everything is different now.
Okay, I get the analogy.
It's sort of that one.
Like me going back to Riverside. I'm not the same person. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Everything changes.
Speaking of which, that episode came out. Did you watch it?
I watched like 8 minutes of it. You want me to be honest, or you want me to lie to you?
No, I'm glad that you were honest, but that still doesn't mean I can't be disappointed you only watch 8 minutes of my episode. I watch I do the whole thing with you.
I was about to say, nigga, what you mean you watch them? You're here.
I have to, yeah, not only am I here, but I have to rewatch them to edit them.
You're here. I'm going to watch it. Swear. Solemnly swear. That's not even like a fucking...
Yeah, you do actually watch the
yes.
Yeah. Mm.
See, I be trying to fucking come at me and shit. See? And he be like, why you being so defensive or argumentative? Cuz.
Okay. Now this will be a nice little transition into being an introvert versus an extrovert and social skills.
I'm an introvert.
Now,
fuck with me. Okay, I'm listening. What?
when I sent you that TikTok, you got upset.
Yeah, because you tried to say I'm a fucking idiot.
Is that what I said?
No, I'm gonna tell y'all the context. Aaron sends me this damn TikTok, and it talks about introverts and extroverts, and then their social intelligence. And so it was basically saying that introverts have a high level of social. Give me a second, cause I'm gonna break it down. It's a graph like we used to see in algebra class. An introvert was on the left side, high social intelligence was on the left side. Extrovert was on the right side, low social intelligence was on the right side. Is that right or wrong? For how the graph, nigga, that is correct. Okay. And so then they drew a line, they drew X's to compare the two things. And I didn't have an issue with it. I just simply asked Aaron, I was like, do you think that I have low social intelligence? Because I don't. That's like, I think that there's 3 things that I'm really good at in life. And
ooh, can I guess?
Okay, I can only think of 2 right now, but we can figure out the third one. Go ahead.
It always works better in 3s. I get you.
Go ahead.
Social skills and the ability to manipulate people.
Bingo. I hate the way you say that, though.
But I'm right.
I hate the way you say that. But they hear that and they go, and they just think of all the TikToks that they've seen about fucking, my father was manipulative. And I'm like, that's not what it means. It just means to be able to
manipulate.
Because are we not comedians?
We are comedians. We manipulate people
we
every
manipulate jokes. We manipulate words.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing. It's a positive thing. I don't use it for bad. If I did,
you'd be an evil person.
I'd have a lot of fun though. If I did just go evil, if I just had my nega moment, like nega Kieron, you know, then that would be that'd be pretty cool. It would crash, but I'm afraid. I think that a lot of people. Can I say something about that?
Yeah.
People, I don't like when people act all virtuous about shit where they're like, I can never be evil because yada yada yada. I can't be evil because I believe that karma is God. God is karmic, and I believe that I don't want bad shit to happen to me. That's the only reason I don't do bad shit. Like, that is the only reason I don't do bad things. I love God. Mm-hmm. Me and him have a very good relationship. I don't want to disappoint him, but I disappoint him every fucking day.
But would another reason be that doing a bad thing makes you feel bad?
It makes me feel bad knowing that some bad shit's about to come back at me.
So let's say you, I don't know, you say something that hurts my feelings.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay.
I mean, like something bad.
Right. You rob a bank
but that's not manipulative. Something bad where I don't know, like some with a woman where I use the way that I speak with people and I do something bad.
You manipulate a woman into sleeping with you.
Yeah, basically.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
What is the difference between manipulation and charisma and?
I thought we were using the manipulation part in this story as the bad version, as if I was Nega Kieron.
Man. Well, let's get into that. So, like, if you're, where's the line? Where's the line between morally and immorally seducing someone, essentially?
Okay, I think the main thing is honesty.
Okay,
I think that's just the main thing that separates me. And I think a lot of women like my honesty.
Why do you think that?
Based off the way that they respond and behave with me. And then I think that sometimes they realize like, oh, like niggas really have not been honest with me, and I'm like, no, because I'm gonna just tell you.
Kieron, I had a moment involving this particular subject. I'm gonna have to write it. You keep talking. I'm gonna have to write it down because we can't give full context.
Okay.
And I've been talking to Sean Banks a lot. I told you this.
Yes.
About.
Yes.
Yeah. So sorry, I'll keep saying.
I mean, that's it really. I just think that it's honesty, and then people just go like, oh, people aren't that honest all the time, and I think that those are the people that if they haven't already are starting to use that shit for bad. Because I think that at the root of it, my honesty is like blunt, but my charisma makes it palatable, I guess. Does that make sense? So I'm using the charisma just to allow what I'm saying to be digested and not to lead you astray.
No, so essentially leading astray is where the manipulation comes. Like, if we're talking like Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother, he's a fucking sociopath. Right. Like, he lies and he pretends he's another person. And
he's gay and he keeps sleeping with all these women. No one talking about that?
Yeah, okay. Okay, but introvert, extrovert, the scale. Go ahead.
I said everything. I was only upset because I was like, are you...
Well, I wasn't saying that you had bad social skills.
And once we covered that, I was like, cool.
Right. I'm saying that, and I want to know if this happens to you, actually. I'm saying that extroverts with poor social skills are attracted to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious if the inverse happens to you. Do introverts with bad social skills get attracted to you?
Introverts with bad social skills? Mm-hmm. I think I get attracted to them. Because I'm like, oh, you're so strange. And I'm like, and I love you. And then we like form a good relationship. Because we were talking, I like calmer people. Because I've also met so many extroverts. Like, I think that it is the norm to be an extrovert with low social skills. Mid to low. But then also to kind of do, what's the name of that experiment? I can't remember. There's a fucking psychological experiment. Wait, let me say that last word. LK? Okay, then you're good. Yeah. Yes. The same one.
Different person.
Okay.
Different person. Never met that person in my life. But I told them about my perspective on things and the more, what we could say, offensive parts of it. Right. So we just...
Well, we did this last episode.
We did.
And we really got into it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck, I hope they know that I like them.
Well, okay, so...
I didn't know that I like them. Like, I don't have any.
I explained the idea. Let's just not. You were gonna say?
Introvert extrovert thing.
I love doing these episodes with you because I don't give a shit on these episodes.
And that's good.
Yeah, it's nice.
We're friends. This is, if you're looking at, if you want to see how two comedians who are friends talk and not try to do bits.
They can't finish a thought. This whole episode there's no thought has been finished. But I think what it is when I put this microphone, when I set up, I'm used to interviewing people and getting to know people. So I have to kind of be sharp and be ready because I don't know what the fuck I'm bringing onto that chair where I know how you work. And so I don't feel the need to do that as much. I think that makes the episodes less entertaining. But
really?
I do. I think people come to join the journey for knowledge.
Is this not this is a journey. Because I think in all 4 episodes, once again, we have been different people.
Elaborate.
On what? We've been different people.
How so?
First time that I did this, you weren't doing Comedy Typhoon.
This is true.
First time we did this show, Gift of Gab wasn't canceled. First time that we did this show, I was in the mud about my ex.
Oh yeah.
I'm no longer in the mud about my ex. Like we are different people.
Yeah.
There's so many different things.
You know what I'm so excited about?
Huh?
Bringing on these comics after 5 years.
Yeah.
And showing, because most of them are gonna forget. And showing them what they said to themselves 5 years ago. Like, I'm so excited. It's a real long game I'm playing here.
But it's good. You should.
Yeah.
That's how you build.
You know who else was a great guest? I think I might put it in my top 5.
I'm in there too, right?
Yeah. You're Dylan. I gotta think about that. Let me look through the thing.
No, there's nothing to think about. I'm in there.
Well, you have multiple episodes. It's like not fair.
It doesn't have to be.
Fair enough. I do actually have my favorite. You are in the top 5.
Let's go.
And I'll show you which one it is.
Let's go.
But St. James.
Yeah.
St. James, because he runs a podcast that is similar-ish, interviewing. Like I think most of the Chicago podcasts, from what I gather, aren't interviews as much they are hangs and chit chat.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
I agree. Yes.
Okay. and St. James also he's doing it in I would say a little more of a comedic way.
Yes.
But he is asking people questions. He's digging into them more than himself. And so talking to a guy like that, he understood the rhythm.
Right.
He understood like, oh, okay, he's about to stop talking now, and here's where I come in.
Right.
And it felt like a beautiful verbal dance.
Uh-huh.
And it was the easiest, it was so easy to talk to him.
Right.
So
maybe like not as easy as ours, but like really easy.
Do you? Is that okay? I know. I'm joking. I'm Kieron. I'm joking.
I am joking. I'm kidding. I did not. There's no truth behind it. I'm joking. I'm not mad that you and St. James had the easy kind of. I'm not an insane. I mean, I am.
You are,
but not like. But not about like that. Like no.
Yeah.
I care more about you yelling at me for being late than I care that you said that you had a nice and easy podcast. Like I want you to. This is like you do this. I want you to have good ones.
Yeah. You know who else I want back on? Who? But I feel like will not come back on.
Is it who we talked about? Who? Who are you about to say?
Wait, who did we talk about?
Who you about to say?
I was gonna say I want Ken Flores back.
Yeah, that's who we talked about.
Oh, that's who we talked about.
Yeah.
I want Ken Flores back because I want to hear all the stories. I want to know what the fuck he's been doing.
You should have him on, and it's possible. He's the homie.
You know what?
He's at Rosemont
Right now, tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna message him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna message him. Like, there's something about.
If you would go to him, that would be cool. I think he'd appreciate that. Going to him.
Hey man, just reaching out to see if you. Oh shit. If you'd be up to do another episode of the podcast so I can catch up on all your stories.
Say you'll go to him. That would help.
And I can go wherever you are and bring my stuff. But we're not going to have the iconic background.
It's okay. Because you'll have an iconic figure.
Yeah. He's D's. You know what I mean?
I do.
Crazy.
Fucking superstar.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's surreal.
Yeah, but it's amazing because I don't think, unless niggas are just hating, I don't think there's anybody that's like, he don't deserve that. I don't think there's anybody like that.
I haven't heard a negative word about Ken Flores.
And that's like an anomaly. And so I love seeing that for him. Mm-hmm. I love seeing that for him. There's a lot of people that I want to see that for, but I love seeing it for him.
Who else do you want to see it for?
Ken Hamlet. That's like my big brother. Exactly. That's like my big brother in comedy. He's a dog. He's done JFL.
You said Ken Hamlin?
Ken Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Like the book.
Okay.
But I think he got 2 T's in it.
You know my memory thing. I didn't see his face.
He's like, that's like my brother. Takes me with him everywhere. He's helped me on the road tremendously. This nigga has listened to me like cry in his car about shit. Like he's like my homie.
Okay. I thought you said someone else that I'm pretty confident you don't like. So. Okay. Hold on, do the thing. Okay. Who else deserves it?
Me.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
The main one that I really think of, just because of how much I work with them and how no matter where we go, this nigga destroys, is Hamlet. Like, and not even like, oh, like he's helped me so much. No, it's like everywhere I go with him, it's truly an iron sharpening iron thing. Because he does not let up just because I'm there. And I love that about him. And then on top of that, on top of us like hitting this stage together, like us chatting in the car, he has so much like lived experience. I think it's like 32, but he has so much. He got gray in his beard and shit. His life done stressed him the fuck out. He has so much lived experience, and it's like our conversations are always like funny, but there's so much wisdom to this nigga. He's like, don't do that, don't do this, try email like that. And then my thing is I don't listen to people. Great Kanye bar. I don't take advice from people less successful than me. Great Kanye bar. Great Kanye bar. And then another one that I said before I even heard that fucking bar, because I think that was on the Ye album, was I can't listen to someone who doesn't have what I want. I can't listen to you. You don't have what I want. You have nothing. You have nothing that I want. And that doesn't mean like tangible physical things. That means like, for example, if someone that wakes up every day at 8 in the morning and goes to the office. Sure, they have a beautiful house, a beautiful car. Sure, I want that shit. But I don't want that lifestyle. I don't want to do the things that you did to take you there. You don't have what I want. And so it's like a thing of, it's like where I can't listen to you. Ken has what I want. He has comedy as a full-time career. He travels the world. He's fucking hilarious. He has a wife, a kid. He's managing all these things. He's balancing it. I want that. Not the wife and the kid part so much, but like I want what he has. So I listen to him.
It's funny, I was having a conversation with Rachel about this. That like when I first moved out here, I was having trouble finding my tribe.
Right.
And
we talked about this a lot.
Yeah. And now that I found it a little bit, I find myself surrounded by the people who, when I first moved here, I felt desperate to be around. Then I let that go a little bit, and now I'm naturally just kind of around. You know what I'm saying? At shows and shit. Like, actually booking shows. It's been crazy the past 2 months, man. It's been wild. But Ken teaches you things. What has he taught you?
How to start a connection and keep it. Like good ways to, like when we're on the road. He's like, number one, before you bother anybody, kill on stage. Before you bother anybody, kill on stage.
Wow.
And then they'll see it.
That's such an obvious, like, obviously, but
when people get somewhere, they go, oh, hey, hi, I'm so-and-so and so-and-so. And you're doing all this cheeky bastard shit, go on stage and eat a dick.
Yeah.
No. Walk in, hey, I'm Kai. Do the show, murder, afterwards, hey, had a great time, would love to come. He taught me that. Taught me when to follow up with people and what ways to do it. He tried to teach me how I need to. He doesn't like tags on. He's like, I don't tag my jokes, and I'm like, there are some, but we argue about it. He's like, but if you get a big enough pop immediately, you don't have to do all these little afterthought pops.
Just stand there and let them.
First pop was the pop, and so I've been working on there's so much. I don't know. The nigga just teaches me.
You're making me want to put him on the podcast.
You should, without a doubt, you should.
Okay, I'll hit him up.
I love that man. Truly, owe him a lot. He's a person that I won't forget.
Okay, so I would argue that in terms of success, if we were to make it a numbers game, you have more success than me. Do you listen to me? Do you feel? Why do you associate with me then?
Because that part, despite what probably people think, I don't think about that part. Like Ken has more success than me. Both of them. Ken Hamlet, Kim Flores, more success than me. Easy. Look at it. You know what I mean? But like everyone else, we're all just kind of here. Like how much of a fucking dickhead would I be to be like, yeah, I got more success than you? It's like, nigga, we're all here.
Yeah. We're
just in high school together right now. We're just in the same class. Sure, maybe at the cafeteria, more people are inviting me to sit at the table, but nigga, I'm still in the cafeteria. You know what I mean? Like I haven't left high school. You know what I mean? So I don't view that. And then also, I want to clarify. It's good to hear everybody. It's good to hear everybody. Who you listen to matters, but it's good to hear everybody.
I like that distinction, and I agree with it because that when you were saying the whole Kanye quote, it's like, first off, if you find yourself quoting Kanye and living his life now, I think maybe you should take a step back and process why.
I'll still do it,
but that to me is a bit of an arrogant statement.
Sure is.
And I think I like the compartmentalization you made where you can hear everybody but listen, like the difference, you know what I mean? I like that.
There's a lot of people that also, because then it gets arrogant again, where it goes like, if we haven't done the same shit, I've been all right. I've made it this far. I've made it this far. And comedy is a game that is great when you run together, but you have to run alone.
Yeah, I need a car, man.
It's great to run together, but you have to run alone.
Yeah. And
there are people that help you along the way, and you don't forget those people. But also, it's like, I'm not going to listen to you yell at me about a book or at a spot that you've never worked at. And I've met them. And they've been kind to me, or they've been whatever to me, but you've never been in that room. And so it feels more, because it's real easy to get jaded in this game. I think I'm young as fuck in this game, doing well, and I'd be jaded. I'd be angry. That's how I'm going to be the jaded, but that's neither here nor there. You don't know what I'm talking about?
The jaded, and then you made a karate move.
the jaded. Is that better?
Guitar player?
You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about?
No.
It's your project.
The film?
Yes.
The film? What the fuck are we saying? What?
The thing that I'm going to be.
Oh!
I try to do a little
I thought
thing.
you were talking about the current one.
No. I talk future.
Jesus Christ, dude. I was like, what the fuck are you saying?
I thought it was a good one. I was like, oh, he would appreciate that.
Smoking. Have you not noticed that?
I have.
Okay.
I was like, he'd appreciate me doing it, but I guess he didn't.
I do appreciate it.
That's fine.
Yeah. I appreciate the cockiness of assuming you'll be in it.
I am.
Okay.
I'm going to audition.
I know.
But I am.
I know.
What good is it to go through life? Because I do it too much already, where I go like, oh, this may not. There's no point to do shit like that. There's no point, because like for me, like my family, I hate my family. I've gone over it a billion times.
I know.
Love
We'll
my
get to your mom too.
Yeah, we can go. We love my cousins to death. But fuck them. My dad's side, love all of them because they were kind to me. And my dad, the main thing that my dad and my grandma instilled in me was what did he say? Never take anybody for their word. Ask questions. And I'm young as fuck, and I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, ask me anything. And don't ever just take me for my word.
I'm with you.
My mom's side never did that shit. They go, shut the fuck up. You're not Jasmine. Shut up. You're not Jasmine. Oh, you're doing your variety show play at school. That's cool. Jasmine just graduated summa cum laude. You fucking idiot. What are you doing?
Kai, we'll talk about your mom. It's a little different now because I've met this woman. I've had a conversation with her. So when you talk about it, it's a little weird for me now.
I don't give a fuck.
I know.
I say that a lot. I do that a lot. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
I do that a lot.
We'll get to your mom.
She's fine. She just hurt my feelings bad on Christmas. But me and her have been good. We have been good.
This is not the body language of someone who
no, it's very closed off. It's very closed off and guarded.
Yeah, it's very tense right now.
Protecting my if you don't know anything about nonverbal communication, a lot of people protect their stomach because if you get hit here in your cut, you bleed out. So a lot of times there's this thing called blocking. If you block like this or like this, it's because you're lying. But if you block like this, you're afraid because of your I don't remember what artery is here. But it's also like it's like when wolves. It's like if a wolf is mad at you and they go like this. Or if two wolves, the female wolf, and not enough of y'all bitches are female wolves. If a female wolf will get in front of the male wolf if he's about to argue with someone, she'll put her head right here to protect that. I don't remember what it's called.
Jugular?
Yes, exactly that. She'll put her head right here so the other wolf can attack and kill it. And so it's like a defense thing. So if you're doing it to yourself, if you're blocking or guarding yourself that way, it's just some good things to look out for. It's not 100% accurate, but it's really good. This you're lying. This you're protecting yourself.
As a general rule of thumb.
This you're insecure.
Yeah.
Closed off. But my legs have been crossed the whole time.
Yeah, you're good. I just don't want you to be. I like loose Kieron. Tense, angry Kieron is it makes me sad, if I'm being honest.
Me too.
Yeah.
Sad as fuck.
I'm like, okay, here, we'll talk about your mom a little bit, then we'll get back to other shit. So I met this woman.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do the thing where I'm like, she was so nice, Kieron. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because
I'm sure she was to you for these 35 minutes that you met her.
Right. I had that same issue growing up where my mom's like screaming. There's always fucking hell going on at home. But yeah, she's a charming. I get the charisma from somewhere. Like she is a charming, like person. She's a charismatic person. Yeah. So
I want to say that I owe a lot of my good traits and my personability and all that. I don't hate my mother.
Okay.
I love my mother. And I think what hurts me so much is how much I love her and how much resistance there has been in this pursuit of love and peace.
Do you think that over time it will continue to improve?
Yes, but there's that step back that she did. The thing that really bothers me is like I think that you can take the best things from your parents or the worst things from your parents, and I think that I have managed to do both somehow. I truly think that I'm an anomaly because I can take there's a lot of good things that I've taken from her, but I refuse to take that thing where if someone is just screaming something at me and they're going like, I don't care about this other thing. You hurt my it's nothing to just go, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. And then even if you don't mean it in that moment, even if you don't whatever, just I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Because that's all I wanted. after this Christmas shit, that's all I want. I'm like, do you see how we regressed in our relationship that we built for 3 fucking years in this one moment? And she's like, well, I just don't like how you and Jasmine. I'm like, this isn't about that. That can be handled. What you don't like about me and Jasmine can be handled. Do you see how how we regressed? And how this hurt my feelings. And then, if anything, and then it can even be backhanded. I'm sorry that you got your feelings hurt. Not an apology, but cool, something. But it's just, well, I don't like the way that you, yada, 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 yada. And Jasmine came in the fucking kitchen and started some shit with me. And then I respond, whole family. Fuck them fucking people. Fuck. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. And the reason that I think that I work so hard is because they must see before they die. Not even a joke. They must see before they die. And as fucked up as that makes my head or whatever, they must see. They must.
I have a question.
Yes. I started yelling.
No, you're good. You're good. It's just going to peak. People are going to have to turn the volume down when they listen.
Good. That's retention. It means they're engaging.
Have you had a death yet?
In the family?
In life. Friends?
Oh, a billion. Yeah. I lost Mamie, who was honestly the only like old relative on that side that Mamie was essentially at the time like my best friend. She's technically like my great aunt. She knew my grandmother, Alabama Southern woman, light skin, voices. She was one of the first women ever at the New York call center in like fucking 1902 or whatever the fuck, I don't know. It was like way back. And I'm trying to find my phone because when she died, I made a song. I used to record our phone conversations and her voice was in it. Oh, and my uncle at her fucking funeral, Mamie called my fucking family one time. Me and Mamie were just on the phone for like 3 hours. I'm in Ohio just driving around, sad as fuck. Cause just life, everything hurt. And I'm like, Mamie, I keep trying to like, I keep messing up because like I'm pursuing women to fill what this family left barren and void in me and yada yada, and she's just listening and I go and then Uncle so and so said this and Aunt so and so did that, and she goes, really? And she called my mom was a child of 9. She called every one of them and was like, you're making Kieron feel this way, yada yada yada, that's unacceptable, that boy is so smart, do you not know that he's so smart, he feels like y'all compare him to Jasmine all the time, he is a different person than Jasmine, yada yada. And I cannot name another. That is the first time in my life, and she probably did that when I was like 17. That was the first time in my life where I was like, someone sees me and is like willing to fight for me. First time in my life where I'm like, all these odds are stacked against me. And that's not to like downplay my dad or my dad's mother. I love them. They have always been there with me. They have always been there for me. They've always argued with my mother on my behalf. And my mom would go, well, your dad did this and this and this and this and this to me. Okay, but he didn't do it to me. So you're harboring me and my father's relationship because of y'all beef. And that's a fucked up thing to do to a kid. Because here is the only side of people that are willing to say nice things and come to the school and speak on my behalf when you're telling the school and me, maybe you are fucked up. Maybe you need to be on drugs. Maybe I need to put you to school. You don't know how hard I fought for you. The school wanted me to put you on without Ritalin or something. And now maybe I might just, right? And then my dad and my grandma come in here and they go, have you ever thought maybe he's bored? What are his grades? A's and B's. Oh, so he's not doing bad. Like you say, hey, Kieron's being bad. I come here, you say he got A's and B's. He's not doing bad. He's just talking. You ever thought maybe he's bored? Maybe moving him here. Maybe doing this. Maybe doing that. Well, Mama, you're fucked up. And then she denies that shit. I remember 3 years ago we were all in the yard and I brought it up because I got upset about something. And she goes, I never said that. My sister, thank God, for the first fucking time ever, she's like, Mama, you did say that. My mom goes, I never said that. Yes, the fuck you did. Yes, you did. All right.
At what point did you realize that you were not going to keep stopping? You good?
I love Mamie.
Yeah.
And so her death was big.
Yeah.
She died in 2019, and I didn't tell anybody because it fucked me up. And then my girlfriend at the time got mad at me that I didn't tell her. She's like, why would you not tell me? I'm like, fuck, bitch, I don't even like you for real. Stop talking to me. Or 2018. It was 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it scare you at all, the idea that it's not going to get resolved? Like you're really not going to have closure by the end of all of it?
When I was younger, When I was 15 was the year that I got kicked out the house a lot for arguing. I deserved to be like, all right, it's time for you to get the fuck out of here. I deserved it. Would never say that. And that's the thing that she can't seem to fucking do. She can't seem to be like, well, I wonder, you yelled at me for no reason. Bullshit. If I deserve to get kicked out, you deserve to get yelled at. There's two sides. You don't just wake up and yell, nigga. Well, I don't. I mean, I do. But not angrily and not at people. If I'm to a point where you've never seen me yelling really tight with somebody. No. But she has, you know? And it's like, and you think that you've done nothing to get to this point? Nothing. Everything that has happened has been external. It has nothing to do with anything that you did. Because if I can admit, no, I deserve to get kicked out. I fully deserve that. Hell yeah. Did you hear the shit that I was saying? Yeah, I deserve to get kicked out. But were all of those things truly unwarranted, unprompted on your end? Fuck no. So your question that you asked was, so like when I was like 15, I told her, I was like, when you die, I was like, the thing that's going to hurt me the most isn't that you're gone. It's that we wasted so much time. And that's still the big thing that like freaks me out. With all like my aunts and shit, I don't give a fuck. I don't know them. And that's the thing that I think is really hard for my mom and my sister to understand. I'm like my sister loves to fucking cry whenever it comes about whenever it's about the family. And she's like, but they're your family. They're all these Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm like, Jasmine, all the memories that you have are things that they did for and with you. I was just there. Does that make any sense? I was just there. Jasmine goes like, no, like, think about all the nights that we would stay up baking brownies. I'm like, I don't like brownies. Do you know who does, Jasmine? You. So all of these memories that you're going like, but they're your family, They have done nothing. That Eddie Murphy bit. What have you done for me lately, Eddie? They have done nothing for me. Nothing. There's never been an isolated incident where it's like, oh, this is for Kieron. And if I'm being transparent and honest, maybe I had this one aunt we used to go watch movies and shit all the time. And after that, we would go to like Red Robin and talk about the movies, and we would like eat a burger and chat and shit. That was cool for a while. That was cool. But outside of that, they have done nothing for me. And if we're talking about them trying to right their wrongs now, that's cool. But did you watch the Monique and Shannon Sharp interview?
Oh, jeez. I don't like Monique.
That's fine. Okay. In the very beginning, she goes like it's... In the very beginning of her in her interview, she goes, it's so weird, this mentality that we have, where we should just stick around and let people abuse us because they're family. So like black people do that a lot. Because we kind of have like this all enough, because it like
survival.
Generational trauma passes down from slavery, getting removed from our families. So no matter what, family is everything. We're not a slave anymore. We're not slaves. I don't have to stick around and let you abuse me like you did when I was a child. Maybe it would be different if they saved all that shit for me now. But y'all were doing this shit to me as a child. Well, Kieron, you would yell and talk back. I was 9 years old. You were 50 fucking 5. You couldn't have found a different approach to calm down an unruly child. I have to apologize for me being 9 years old and not fucking with y'all, and y'all are 55 years old and don't know how to fucking communicate with me, or haven't thought of any other disciplinary methods instead of shunning me, but then making me still be like around to then watch you do a bunch of shit with Jasmine in front of me and then slyly say, well, if some people, and no bullshit, they would do this all the time. You go be over here. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just go to the basement. No, you're not. No, you're not going to the basement. Go sit on the couch and don't say nothing. That way I can watch you and Jasmine do all this shit together and then hear, well, if some people learn to listen, they could participate in this too, as I'm right there. I got to stick around for that? No, because now what it is I'm going to have my success. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to be a nice person. That way, you get to see. And now, is this spiteful? Sure. Do I like being spiteful? No. But I think I'm going to do it. Now it's to this point where it's like, oh, now you're in the corner. Now you're in the corner. You know what I mean? You're in the corner now. And it's like, oh, Kieron is doing this and Kieron yeah. And maybe if some people knew how to be kind to Kieron, they could be around as well. Because everyone gets really confused at like why I'm a comic. Because, oh, you seem happy, you seem nice, you seem like you're like handsome, your work, what do you call? Because I am deeply fucked up. That's why I'm a comic. Deeply. thank God that I at least look okay, because the shit internally has a lot of work that needs to be done. But that's why I'm a comic. That's the shit that's yelling at me that I need to scream to get out. Because I believe that that's what makes a real. I believe that that's what makes a real comic. Can I say one last thing? If you want to switch this and then do this interview style, that's fine. I kind of like this. If you want to put this out as like B-sides or whatever, because I'm thinking about how you saying people don't like watching ours, and then I was like, fuck, I don't want that. So if you want to do an interview style where I'm answering something specifically, we can do that as well.
No, people, comics don't like watching ours.
I don't give a fuck. The same for them.
No, I'm just saying that from what I understand of what people have said, it's regular people seem to like ours. Comedian, like open micers in particular, seem to really like the ones. Probably St. James, they'll probably like, or Vic, because it's giving them some context of who to. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting game from it. Yeah,
I think it's and I like that and I respect that. But whenever comics give their opinion about what they don't like to watch from other comedians, I'm like, damn, you're a back of the room performer, ain't you?
Ooh, speak on that, sir.
Because isn't the audience the thing that keeps us paid and the reason that we have a job?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate of that type of comic. Mm-hmm. That type of comic would say it's about the art, it's not about the money. That's what they would say.
That's fair. And then my pushback to that would simply be, I remember I've done it for free for years. And then I didn't have to. Still, I do. There are people that I love that don't pay me for shows, and they're like, hey, would love to have you. Would like your energy, like your spirit, like your jokes. I'd love to have you. And I go, okay. And then get what? Nothing, if anything, $5? Mm-hmm. That's for the art. Never above doing it just for the art. There's a lot of things that I want to do that are just for the art. Mm-hmm. But I'd be lying if I said I don't want. I'd be lying if I said, man, I hate that my passion turned into my career. I hate that. The fuck am I doing? Why am I getting paid for this? I should be doing this for free. You can still keep your morals and also understand that you are now in a business.
I think I completely agree with you. And then to speak to what I was talking about before about finding your tribe, that's the tribe that I connect with. I think that I love, appreciate, and respect the tribes of Chicago and any comedy scene, really. But that tribe of comics that don't have the desire to make a living off of this, don't want to view this as work. I respect and appreciate that, but that's not what I want from this. So I get you. And
I think, going directly off what you just said, treating this as an art, when you're on stage, treating it as art and not as business is how you reach that duality. Because when I'm on stage, I'm not like, oh, this is business. I'm like, oh, finally, I get to do my passion. But then everything else is the business.
I completely agree with you, and that's how I felt at that show we did at.
Yep. I saw it. I saw it.
This will be fun. Let's. Can you give some context for what we're talking about? Can you set the scene?
Fuck it. It was just a bar show. One of the ones where it's whatever. Wasn't that great, but something that I loved that you did. I think that I did it too. Even though I had a shorter set, so I really just did joke. You didn't go up there and go like, oh, I hate this. Go like, oh, let's clap all four of you. Let's clap all four of you. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, y'all didn't like that? Okay, well, I guess because it's four of you. Why are you yelling at the people that came? You're mad at the people that didn't show up. And you're going to yell at the people that are here?
I will say, though, I don't think I could have made that joke because there was plenty of people. There was an audience.
But it was the engagement that everyone was mad at.
Let's give some context for people listening here. I know you don't give a fuck, but, I still trying to do a podcast here. So we do this bar show. You get a guest spot on it, and I'm on it, too. It's in, not Wrigleyville. Lakeview. It's in Lakeview. And the audience, the crowd is not giving anybody anything for the most part.
I had to find that.
Yeah, Kieron did the best up until me, and Kieron's set was very much fine because it was like 5 minutes and it was boom, bam, out.
But Aaron murdered. Aaron, I loved watching you do it.
Thank you. And so it was a few comics after you, and then a guy. Then it all made sense. Then another guy.
Good guy though. Love him.
He's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy. This is not me speaking ill of him. Yeah. And I wasn't. We'll get into it. He gets on stage, and then all of a sudden they're all wide the fuck away.
Eruption. But I mean, his set, and he even acknowledged, he was like, y'all are my friends, and y'all aren't even like laughing.
Yeah.
Which that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like that real negative attitude I don't like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets up there, and as soon as everyone started to applaud for him, I was like, oh, he brought everyone. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, these motherfuckers don't want to be here.
Yes. They just want to see their friend. Yeah.
Right. And then they took one of the friends, the little Asian one, took out the big ass camera and was recording this. I was like,
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, no, he had a nice camera, like one of these,
Right.
and was recording this guy's set. And we're like, I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's new. That's what's going on here. And I can tell it from my perspective, but I'm curious from your perspective because I lived it. What did it look like from your perspective when I got on? So I get on stage. What happens?
You get on stage and you turn yourself on. You go, this is my passion. This is the thing that I love doing. All the circumstances don't matter. Am I doing the thing that I love? Yeah. And then people read that and they feel that off of you, and then you murder. That's it. Because the whole like, damn, y'all didn't really like that one. Y'all didn't really. Yeah, no one does now because you don't even like it. Why the fuck should anyone else here like what you're saying? You seem like you're having a horrible time. And like you're forgetting that you get to do this for a fucking job. It's amazing. Would you rather be in the office right now? No. And you just got up there and you were just like, well, these are the circumstances.
Yeah.
And going up, you weren't like excited. You weren't like,
no, I thought it was gonna pop.
Yeah, you weren't like, oh, this is gonna be so much fun. You're just like, well, let's see what happens. You get that first pop and you were like, oh, this shit ain't bad at all.
Yeah.
It ain't bad at all. And that's how I felt. I'm like, oh, this shit ain't bad at all.
Yeah.
Y'all are quiet, y'all are whatever, but this ain't bad at all.
I just realized what it was. As soon as I understood the content, I was real nervous up until I realized, oh, they're just here to see this guy. That's what's going on. As soon as I had the context, I was like, I get it. I feel like all the other, I won't say their names, but all the other comics who were on that lineup could have done better if they had the context that I was given because I went after the guy who brought those people.
That's kind of you.
All right.
I didn't know.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that.
That's kind of you. I didn't know. I don't think that anyone, and given how the room was, no one bombed.
Sure.
Because it's given how the room was. No one bombed.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. I know Jim, but I didn't know like that those were his friends. You know? Oh, I guess I didn't mean to say his name.
It's fine.
But I love him. So
yeah, how do you know this guy? How do you know this guy?
He so Kevin Bozeman, I took a stand-up class with Kevin Bozeman at DePaul, and I was already doing stand-up at the time. And so Kevin, kind of took a liking to me, and I worked hard in class. Kevin Bozeman said one of the coldest bars to me, and it really changed the way that I went back and rewrote jokes. Because when I got into that class, I was doing jokes that I'd already been doing for like 6 months. And then Kevin was like, so you go up in front of the class, you perform like new jokes that you wrote, and I was like, I'm just gonna pull the ones that I've had for 6 months. Fuck this, you know. Kevin goes, and so when I finished class, everyone laughing. It's a good fucking set. It's polished. I've been doing it in front of people. Kevin goes, good job. He was like, but I want to say, and he goes, and this is for everybody. I'm like, nigga, I'm the only one standing up. He goes, never let your ability to be likable overtake your necessity to write good jokes. I was like, but I got working on that damn pen. And I was like, Kevin, I'm going to prove you wrong. And that's an example of a good chip. That's an example of a good chip. Because I'm like, okay, you said something to me. It's still, like, no matter what, there's going to be something on my shoulder. And then, like a year later, because COVID happened, a year later, we were at Comedy Bar, same show together. You did good. He's like, guess that little thing right there was fun. I'm like, yeah, I've been working because I can't let my ability to be likable overtake my necessity. Yeah. Can we
dig into that a little bit?
What's that?
The ability to be likable taking over the necessity to write.
To write good jokes.
Could you then translate that as energy over bars? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we've established the difference between north south of the styles. Now, would you say the reverse is valid? How would you describe the reverse? If you have good jokes but you're not likable at all, or you're not interesting to look at or listen to,
you don't necessarily have to be. There's a weird thing where people don't understand how subjective comedy is. If you don't like a song, but you hear it enough times,
it can get in there.
You're okay with the song. If you don't like a joke, you don't like a joke. You can't replay that joke. You can't say that joke 14 times on stage and then eventually it gets a laugh. They don't like the joke, you know? And so there's a good saying. It's a Southern saying. You may be the sweetest peach in the patch, but some people will never like peaches.
I love that.
Ain't that fire?
I love that.
Ain't that fire? I love that.
Southerners, they get some good
slaves, yeah. They sure knew how to pick them. Yeah, they did. But I love that. I love that quote.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think about a lot. Because I go, I'm likable. I'm not. I'm whatever. I'm what. And it's like, yeah, you may be the sweetest fucking peach. Some people like strawberries, nigga.
Yeah.
Live with it. My family likes strawberries.
Oh, we're not. We're not. No. I sat there. I let you get it out. No, we're not doing that again. Fucking crazy, man.
Let me give him some knowledge.
Okay.
Let's give him some knowledge.
Oh, dude, who was the comment?
No. Them, because they hate me, you said. And I'm a people pleaser, so I gotta make sure that they at least.
Well, we'll use the context of that night.
Okay.
When he, so first off, I want to ask you because it really was feeling like I was coming off condescending, which I was not trying to. When I was talking to him on stage, when I was like, "Oh, you're new and you okay?"
Fuck no.
Okay.
Well, at least not to me, but maybe I'm the wrong person to ask.
Sure.
But fuck no.
Because in my head, I was like, "Oh, you're doing. I did this. Did you do that? We've all started comedy 6-7 months in, and then brought some friends to it because we were on a flyer.
Yeah. And
we brought a camera for no fucking reason, and it's a lack of repetition and experience.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with it. You're supposed to. That's good. That means he gives a fuck.
Yep.
Good. I'm glad that he made that decision.
Bingo.
Really
quick.
Yeah.
Kevin Bozeman class. Then Then we didn't get to do we didn't get to do the whatever, blah 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 blah. So then he does the student showcases. He hit me up, just DM me. He was like, "Yo, would you want to come close out a student showcase because you didn't get to do the whatever?" And I'm like, "For sure." Showed up, met all the students. He is, if I'm not mistaken, the only one or one of the only two to still be doing stand up.
That's how it goes.
And so I'm just like, respect, because now you're not at Zany's doing the showcase. Now it's get it out the mud, find out where to be, find out where to go, and I respect that. And then he has a show at a prominent theater, and then let me be on it, hosted the fuck out of it. Long night, set everything up, got everybody their clips, ran it very professional. And I was like, I like you.
He ran it professionally?
Fuck yeah.
That's good.
It had a camera crew. Got everybody their clips, got everybody their photos, hosted it, any credits you want. How do I pronounce your name? That whole thing goes a longer way than trying to look cool for everybody else. A good line that I've heard from a New York comic who's doing pretty well for themselves is, niggas brag too much, as if everybody has an open for everybody. Love that bar, right? Well, I open for, yeah, everybody's open for everybody. What are you doing now?
Yeah.
What's up with you? Yeah. And I love that.
Using other names for clout.
Everybody's open for everybody.
Yeah.
So cool. It ain't about the cool part. It's about what are you doing? And he ran a damn good show, booked a variety of people, booked his friends, which I respect because, book your fucking friends, nigga. And then booked comics that he's like, oh, these people can close. These people are regulars at everywhere in the city. Just ran it professionally.
When I watched his comedy, I could tell he understood the mechanisms of comedy.
Yes.
I was like, he has jokes. He has he's got a little bit of that stage voice thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of white dudes that
do that.
I'm doing comedy.
Yeah.
But that's like whatever.
Yeah.
That'll probably dissipate over time and evolving. But
my favorite stage voice is Dan's.
Dan Cass?
Yeah. Hey everybody. Help! I love that. And it works so well with him.
Yeah.
Because then sometimes it'll be that whole like, yeah, and then he'll go like really low, and he'll like be looking at the crowd. And that's something that's so important on stage because it's retention. Yeah. It's retention. If you're just at this, because I'm loud as fuck when I'm on stage, but I had like that joke about Ava, where I don't know if you know Ava saying the N-word. Yeah, so as I do that, I'm playing Ava, I'm playing myself. I have to set the scene, so I get real quiet. And I'm like, Ava, say that again, right? And now it's like, okay, why is he getting quiet? And you have to have that. You have to. And so Dan is an exaggerated example of that being executed perfectly.
I guess then we should, to the game, whoever's watching, go watch Dan Cass. But yeah, he seemed well put together. He seemed reasonable, well put together, and nice. And so I didn't want, because I know I was, because I kind of hinged the set on him and what. Okay, go ahead, elaborate.
You're thinking about this too much. You went out, you did something that I love, which is acknowledge, and then you did your set. And then when it made sense to say something to him, you did. You weren't talking to him the entire time. You did jokes. And then you even did jokes about yourself, and y'all was like, man, y'all don't fucking understand it. Y'all are young. Y'all know what MySpace is. And it killed, because now there's just some old nigga on stage yelling about MySpace.
Sure.
You didn't hinge your set on him. You acknowledged.
I will say, in retort to I'm thinking about this too much, this is just how I think.
And that's good. And as your friend, I'm here to tell you the things that you were thinking that you didn't do.
Okay.
You didn't have a good set because you made fun of this nigga.
No. I knew I had a good set because of comedy.
You acknowledged the thing.
Yeah,
Why would you not do that?
I'm okay. All right, Kieron, do you want some candy?
Fuck that candy.
You don't want no candy?
My teachers used to try to give me that shit to shut up.
And it didn't work?
It ain't work, bitch.
You want an apple?
Fuck that. I want a peach.
I don't have no peaches.
Some people just don't like peaches.
Fair enough. One of the things this is what it is. Here's what's happening here. I used to tell people what to do. That was I wouldn't do a thing. I would tell other people that I would project all of what I wanted to do onto them, and I would tell people what to do when I had no fucking business telling people what to do. It is a thing I've been continuing to work on, and in that moment, I think what I was saying was valid. What I was saying was funny. I was doing it very well, but I was still telling someone what to do, and I want to make sure that I'm careful with that.
Right. Okay. I get what you're saying. My answer, you had a microphone in your hand.
Sure.
You should be authoritative.
Okay.
What reason do you have that mic in your hand?
Oh, hold on a second.
What reason do you have the mic in your hand? It's a reason.
Yeah.
Can you command? Command.
Okay.
I did not look at you once and go like, he's being a dickhead. I got to go talk to the homie after this and be like, hey, don't listen to that. And it was none of that. Friendly. And then also, nigga's a comic.
Yeah.
Balls is going to get busted, nigga, when you show up to a bar show and you bring 55 people. Your balls are going to get busted. And the comics that did well are going to thank you for bringing those.
Yeah, I was appreciative that those people.
You get what I'm saying?
There.
So there's nothing there.
Okay.
It's just like, you were the reason that there was a show. Thanks, homie.
Yeah. I'll give you that. All right.
And then here's why it's funny that you did what you did.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Well, then that's a thing for some context. That's why it was in my head. I was just like, man, I hope I was appropriately giving you enough information while not kind of latching onto it. But you know what I'm really excited about? What this podcast has slowly become because of how many people have been on it at this point. Like, it really feels like a little space of archived history of comedy in Chicago. Like, when we talk about people, you ever listen to old podcasts, old Opie and Anthony's or like Patrice O'Neill, and you hear them talk about each other?
Yes. Yeah.
It feels like, because comics on here talk about each other very...
We just talked about Dan.
Yeah. And Jimothy.
And Jim.
He will forever be Jimothy to me now.
Right. Talked about Ken in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, Kim Flores. Yeah. And they all talk about each other, and we have them on, and they respond to each other. And I just like documenting things, you know?
The feds.
What's up?
You the feds.
Yeah. Someone's going to get in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's scary.
Let them.
All right. But I think, and I told you my whole with human shit. I'm doing more human shit. That was my whole.
Oh yes.
With the A, did you see the new AI?
No, I don't pay attention to any of that shit. It scares me. Until they can fucking train it to suck my dick, I got no need for it.
Those exist. I'm serious. You can hook up one of the machine ones that suck to a VR that is connected to a video.
Okay, I changed my mind. I'm not doing that. Never mind. I liked it. I liked where it was going in the beginning, but now I got to be connected to all these cords.
Yeah,
That freaks
it's
me
the
out.
whole thing. Yeah,
That freaks me out.
But I have a theory for the future of entertainment and how to make a living off of entertainment. I think in the future you're gonna have AI programming, and that's going to be the cheaper option. That's going to be the mainstream option. That's what most people are gonna be on the AI video, the AI movie. And then you're gonna have human movies and human art, and that's gonna be niche.
Niche. Yep.
Yeah, and that's like vinyls, where we have record stores because people just like something about quality.
Yeah, niggas that stink and women that don't shave their legs.
Yeah,
They love vinyl.
they know quality.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I love
You better
vinyl.
apologize to Rachel because she's the one who's got the vinyl collection.
Damn, that's all right. I'll just get her one of those Venus razors.
I got her Killer Mike's new album on vinyl.
Fire.
Yeah.
SZA sounds real good on vinyl. Not gonna lie, SZA sounds good on vinyl.
I think there's gonna be there's just a natural human need for that type of stuff, and I think there's also there's something important about scarcity, and not fake not like the Disney Vault type of scarcity, like sincere, like there's one of these, and you can't get this anywhere, and I think that those Polaroids are gonna be. I think they're actually going to be worth money in the future.
Yeah.
I got a picture with Ken Flores on a Polaroid. That's crazy. Like,
it's so crazy because you got one with me too.
Did I show you the Trump flag?
Why do you act like I'm not funny? That's so funny to just be like, yeah, me too. That's so funny.
Yeah, you're hilarious.
And you be acting like that's not such a
you're
funny
hilarious.
thing to do.
Kieron, you're hilarious.
No.
Kieron, you're the funniest comic in Chicago.
See, and then they do this shit.
Who's they?
You, nigga.
Don't mess up my pronouns. I'm a he, him.
We're not getting into this again.
Don't be offensive.
I will be right now.
Okay, be offensive then. Did I show you the Trump flag?
Trump flag?
Yeah.
Who brought a Trump flag in here?
All right. So back in, do you want to see it?
No.
No, you don't see it? Okay. So back in the quarantine days, remember right before the election?
Okay.
I was living in a neighborhood that was basically it was mixed. So you would hit a Trump house, and then you would hit a Biden house, then you would hit a Trump house, and you would hit a Biden house. And not really Biden as much as it is just liberal, just voting against Trump.
Honor thy neighbor.
Yeah. And we would do these long walks, me and my girlfriend at the time. We would do these long walks because we just, it's quarantine still technically, and we didn't really have shit to do.
It was fun trying to find a spot in the woods to fuck.
Yeah. It was a whole thing. There was a guy, he had one of those little Trump things on his lawn, and I snatched that shit and I saved it.
It's a crime.
Yeah. And I allegedly did this.
He did it.
No,
he just said he was about to show me.
No, I don't. Well, I didn't show you anything.
Fair, but I'm letting you know he has it.
I don't. So I'm thinking this is going to be worth money in the future. This is like getting a real Nazi flag. This is like having a Nazi flag like 20, 30, 40 years from now.
I want to say it probably won't be.
You don't think so?
No, because of how many
exist?
Yes.
For now.
Can't argue that.
For now.
Can't argue that.
Yeah, we'll see. And whatever, I still got the Polaroids. Like I still got the Kieron and Ken Polaroids.
Correct.
Y'all signed it?
Correct.
Yeah, I got all 4 Kyrons.
Correct. One of them will be worth money. Can't promise all 4.
Yeah, that's fair. That's I think part of what has been trippy, to bring it back to Ken and the comedy shit, is like it feels real now. Did I tell you the I'm not gonna say the name. I'm not gonna say the name, but you know this person. You know this person?
Okay.
Did I tell you I started comedy with them?
No.
I didn't tell you about this? Oh, this was the moment I decided I'm going to be a comedian professionally.
No.
So when I was about 18, I was doing comedy out in Temecula, California. It's the desert. And that person was, I think they were like 16?
Sounds like a vaginal disease. Okay.
Feels like it out there. And they were like 6, they were a little younger, but I saw them. And I saw them through and when I was in college, I would do comedy sporadically, but it wasn't anything real. And I would see them. And they're funny, you know. They were doing their thing. And then years go by, and I hadn't seen them in years. And I went to college, and I got the degrees, and I was still in debt, and it was all the bullshit. And I was in a relationship I should not have been in. We were both miserable with each other, but we were locked in a lease. And we were sitting there, and that person came up on Netflix. And I broke down crying for like 4 hours. I was like, and my partner at the time didn't know what was going on.
I didn't like where you were.
Well, yeah, but I couldn't even. I saw it, and I couldn't. I just broke down. I couldn't even put into words to explain to them what was going on for the longest time. And it was after that I was in go mode after that, because it was this thing that was like, oh, this is
real.
This is very real.
Yep.
The more time that goes by, the more real this is going to become.
Yep.
And so on a more positive flip of that, we're here, we're doing the podcast, we got all these, you know, the stuff we're talking about, Ken Flores, all that. Being, and I don't want to sound name droppy, but it's like being in adjacent to that is like, whoa, shit, that's real.
Yep.
That's very real. It's hard to put into words.
Yep. Yeah, there's not much to say other than yes.
Yeah.
And it's just, you never know. It's largely luck of the draw, but also who's willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. I excited to do road stuff. I just don't know how to. I think part of it is I don't have a car.
That is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Because they want reliable transport. They ask that often.
Right.
Do you have reliable transport? Well, I don't know about reliable, but it's transport. I'm a fucking comic for crying out loud.
What do you think about this idea? I was thinking about when I get another car, I was going to get a van and strip it, put a couch and shit in it. I was thinking about that, but...
You want something that's going to get you there.
That's it? I'm looking for...
You want something good on gas that's going to save you money, because when you start out, they're not paying you a lot.
Yeah.
If you're doing a weekend, if you're doing a hosting weekend, you can expect anywhere from $175 to $275. And then if you don't have a buddy at that place to crash, lodging. So take out $100 for lodging. Now you got $175. Gas. If you got a good if you make a smart decision, then you get
stick shift, nigga.
If you get a shitty car that's great on gas, it ain't gonna get you no pussy, but it's good on gas.
I'm right with that.
You save what? You just got to spend $50. My car can get me from right here to my mother's house in Ohio, one fill up.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's like filling up before I leave. Right here to my mom's house in Ohio.
Is that a That's not a hybrid, is it?
No, it's a Golf though.
What's that mean?
It's a Golf, Volkswagen Golf.
Oh.
Good car. And it does all that I need. No woman has ever seen my car and be like, I'm gonna suck your dick. But that car has driven me to places where I've gotten my dick sucked, so that's cool. It all works out.
Okay, so when I get a car, I gotta get something just simple, good on gas.
Van would be lovely later.
Fair enough.
When you can buy 10 of them, that's when it's lovely.
Okay.
That's another like scarcity mindset thing. What's gonna get me there? That's all I need. Is what's going to get me to my dream.
Okay, fair enough. What is your plan tonight?
I'm doing Don't Tell Chicago at 8 o'clock. By the time that this comes out, I would have already have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were about to list off a bunch of shows, weren't you?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm seeing DeJuan's band tonight.
Uh-huh.
I have to get on Don't Tell. I want to get on Don't Tell, but every time I email, I don't hear nothing back.
Speak to them in person.
Yeah?
It's always better.
Like go to their show?
Go to a show.
Yeah.
First time, go to 2 or 3 shows.
Sure.
First time, second time, don't say shit. What's up? Hey, good to see you. Good show. Leave.
I have this issue with rushing.
Me too. Do you know me?
But I think we rush in different ways. Like the whole going to the. Remember when we going to the show thing? You were fine sitting here and just chilling, right?
Oh yeah, that's being late though. We know how I feel about that. Mm-hmm. But like rushing to get to obtain because my aunts are gonna die. I'm on a fucking. fucking tight schedule.
It's just so fucking sad,
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty but give me something for at least admitting.
I appreciate that you acknowledge it.
Yeah.
It's more like, I think this is an old nigga thing, but it's like the older you get, the more you just don't have the energy to hold on to it. Not in the same way.
I do. It's changed over the years.
I believe
it's less visceral anger where, of course, I get loud. I'm just a passionate nigga.
Sure.
But it's less of like me thinking about this shit and crying every time that I speak about it. And now it's just like because now it's
who's the other Ken? Not Ken Flores.
Hamlet.
Ken Hamlet. What would Ken Hamlet say to all of that?
We've talked about it.
Okay, what did he say?
A lot.
And he's 32.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's my age. What does he say about it?
Well, most times it's just like, well, okay, what I like about him is he knows, and I think that you know too, I'm not without answers.
Okay.
I'm not without answers. I'm just upset. But I'm not blindly upset to where it's not that I don't get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's not like Kieron's like, oh, he has no idea how damning this is gonna be for him in the future and how I get it. But it's just like there's such a feeling that I have where it's more of a balancing act than anything. Where it's a balancing act of let it drive you, don't let it deteriorate you.
Would you say would it be fair to say that you get it to a point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that maybe that him and I are seeing something that you're not going to get, that you don't get because of time, just purely the existence on this planet.
No.
Not possible.
No. I think it's things that I don't want to get. It's not that I don't see where y'all are coming from. I just don't want to. I see where you're coming from. I just don't want to.
You don't want to see where we're coming from?
No, I don't want to take the things that you have said that I've thought about and then put it in act. It's a lot of work to repair me and them. Don't feel like doing it.
I'm not saying you got to repair. I'm saying your whole motivation for success being to rub it in someone's face is really dark.
That's a stretch.
It's sad.
It's for them to just rub it in their face. No. And I mean this honestly.
Okay.
If
is it aware? I think people are going to be aware I'm on the floor right now.
There are two of them.
Okay.
That in the future, if they need something, I'll go, well, you made me feel the least shitty as a child. Sure. Right? If they're having okay, and I hate this. Never let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. I don't like that I'm going to say this thing to you because it takes out the like positive kind of like righteous meaning behind it.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, I helped supply food. I helped obtain food on Thanksgiving with them. Mm-hmm. So it's not a thing where it's like, I hate you. I'm not going to do anything good for you. I want bad things for you. It's like, no. And that's the good person part. That's, I think, the objective good person part of it all. Where it's don't like you, don't care much for you, don't want to be around you. But around Thanksgiving, I was able to supply some things. And it's wicked if I don't. It comes back to me if I don't.
Okay.
And so though I don't like you, I'm able to do this thing. So I will.
Okay. I think that's fair. And I guess we'll see when you're 32 and I'm 40-something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. What else you want to talk about before we end it?
What time is it?
It's 5:22.
Are we doing such a short one?
It's not short. This is like...
It's only an hour and a half. Hour 20. That's nothing.
I know. Well, what do you want to talk about? I don't plan it out with people. I make it a point to make sure that there's a kept momentum with other guests. What we've established at this point is when it's a Kieron episode, get ready for some loosey goosey shit. So I don't have any. I don't feel the need to propel the conversation forward because it's a Kieron episode.
Can I say something to you honestly?
Okay.
Because I keep thinking about how you said they don't like this. I can't stop. I truly can't. That's my, my brain. That's my brain. They don't. Same thing that you said. Yet. And then you have, and I mean this, and I know this is gonna sound. Don't do that shit that you're gonna do. You have 2 hours of Kieron footage at this time. That matters. Right now, nah. But
I'm
over
playing
there,
the long game.
And that's what I'm saying. So let's play this shit. Let's play ball.
Okay.
What you getting sleepy for? We playing ball.
Okay.
You sit on a gold mine.
Should I start making coffee for myself? Yeah, I need 5-hour energies. I think you need a.
Don't do that. It's bad for your heart. Thins the lining of your heart.
Okay, well, what is going to keep me awake that's not 5-hour energy? Monster energy? What's that? Nicotine?
I'm joking.
Does nicotine keep you awake?
It's supposed to, but this shit, I don't even get a buzz no more because I'm so addicted.
I went to my first cigar bar.
Pretty good.
It's great. Do you play poker? You don't play poker.
Not well.
Okay, because I have a poker group for it. If you want to get in on that.
I've been trying to make all the poker games. I've been out of town every time.
That's right. I'll put you in the thing.
Because I was trying to make those.
Okay.
Truly, I was.
Here, I'll put you in the thing now because I will forget.
That's fine.
But yeah, no, I really liked cigar bars. Mm-hmm. It was.
And you don't use nicotine often.
No, I don't smoke cigarettes or anything.
So you got a good buzz when you were in there. I go to a cigar bar and my mouth just tastes like woods. And I'm like,
I'm a little nervous about it. I liking it too much. You know.
You should. Nicotine's a real vice. It's a real vice. And I started young. I started nicotine when I was 12 years old. Mm-hmm. Wait, before you started again? Did you already? Yeah. I wanted to pee.
Go pee. I did that. I got to tell you a story while you pee.
Okay.
So.
Because I'm here with you.
I know.
I want to talk with you.
Yeah, go talk. Go pee.
This is. Well, I guess I'm about to pee anyway.
Yeah,
so
go pee in the bathroom.
This shit in a couple years.
It's gonna be people. Are gonna be
I'm telling you. Do you not believe me?
I said it. I said it's an archive. It's a fucking go pee.
But do you believe it?
Yes.
And then do you know that I love you, and that when we are both busy and successful.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and maybe you're so fucking successful you're not even doing this shit no more. And I go, Aaron,
go pee.
Let's run one.
Go pee.
Wouldn't that be cool though?
It would be super cool.
That's what I think about that. Right? Like this is gonna matter in the future.
It is.
And then we're both going to, and I don't doubt this. We're both going to, because I think that there's like I do believe that we all have like free will, but we also have like there's like this like innate lining thing that happens. Have you heard my joke about the homeless man that flirted with me?
Are you not gonna pee?
But have you heard this?
No, I haven't heard it.
Okay, I got this joke about a homeless man that flirted with me. You know my Xbox joke when I suck dick, because I talked about it here.
Yeah.
See what I mean? This is all. See what I'm saying? I talked about that here, and then we were like, that's pretty funny. And now it's a joke that I do, and it kills. Even when I'm in fucking bumfuck Indiana, people go like, that nigger is fucking funny. That gay nigger is hilarious.
Can you pass me the Cheez-Its?
People have said that to me.
Yeah.
People have said to me, gay and black, you're hilarious. People have said that to me.
The whole box.
Because I don't know how many you want, and I don't want to dictate what you eat.
It's just gonna get one.
I don't want to dictate that.
All right.
But so I have this homeless joke now where, and this is real. I'm walking home, and this nigga goes, hey, little mama, right? And I turn around, and the joke is like, and I'm cute and petite, so I knew he was talking to me, right? So I turn around, and I go, yes. And he goes, like, what's your name? I say, Kieron. And he goes, I looked up Kieron in the dictionary. Your picture didn't pop up, but the word beautiful did, right? So he's like rizzing me, and I'm like, this is a smart way to get some money, right? So then I don't think that maybe I had like $1, or I don't know what I had, but like close to nothing. And then I give it to him. And then now I made a joke about it, and at the end of that joke, which is a real story, at the end of the joke, he asked me for cigarettes. And I was like, cigarettes are $20. Like, can I get you cigarettes, right? And then this is the made-up part. He goes, well, if I don't have cigarettes, what else am I going to suck on, right? And I look at him and I go, sir, I know you're homeless, but do you happen to have an Xbox, right? Big callback, big crazy thing. Yeah. I ran into that nigga again last night.
How'd it go?
Okay, I'm walking home. I'm on FaceTime with a friend, and then he goes, hey, and I never turn around, but I turn around and I see him fucking hobbling over with the cane. He goes, you know what's crazy? He said, God, he said, I was talking to God, and I was like, God, send me something beautiful. A couple minutes later, here you are. I thought it was nighttime till I saw your smile. I said, oh, there the sunshine is. I'm like, this nigga is really risen, right? And then, I'm on food stamps. So I'm like, you want something to bite? He's like, yeah, let me get something. Oh God sent you. I'm like, I'll get you something. That's what I mean by I have it. It's wicked not to share that. That's wicked. I have the ability to give you food. It's wicked not to give you food. I can be selfish, but it's wicked not to. So I go in, I give him some food. I walk in there. There's a security guard there that helped me with my gas was fucked up one time. He helped me, learned that I did comedy, knows a comedian. He's coming to the show. And then he's in. So I walk, and that's just a thing that my mother taught me, where she's like, you never know who you might need one day. You never know how, and I don't mean this how this is going. How if say I get in trouble one day for like this whole like big like manipulation like a ring, like a sex trafficking ring or something, and they go like, look, this is what he did. He's mentioned it right here. But my mom goes, you never know who people are going to be and what they can do for you, how they can repay you. Right? And so and that's something that I really love that my mother taught me. So I'm in there, I'm talking with everybody, I'm fucking talking, we're fist bumping, I'm in there getting food for this homeless nigga, we're all just chilling, right? And then there's this other guy who's standing next to the security guard that I know, and he goes, same thing, he goes, you're a comic. I go, yeah. He was like, you gonna make it, right? And I was depressed a couple of days ago, and he goes, I have no doubt in you. He was like, it feels like you're worried about your timing. Just says this shit to me, and I believe in God heavy, so I'm like, I needed to hear. Everything that happened as I was walking home needed to hear it. He goes, you were about your time, and he was like, don't, because God got you, and I can tell from the way that you walked in here, the way you said what's up to everybody, yada yada yada. That's a good thing. That's a spirit thing. That's an energy thing. You're connected with God. He got you, and so it's something that I'm really trying to reinforce in myself. But people view number one God as like this because they went to Catholic school and got spanked and shit. But it's like, God is my homie, and I think that I do him a disservice when I try to play it down as if I doubt whether he got me or not. He got me. I'm good. And when I sit and I reflect for a second and I look at where he has taken me, there's no reason to doubt that he won't continue to do that so long as I'm faithful, pray with faith, and move with faith. And so it's this thing of where it's like, where I get really upset with, because people have called me cocky all my life, and not like a bunch of people, but there's always been like whatever setting I'm in.
You're cocky?
Me?
Yeah.
If anything, I think I'm more arrogant. Cocky seems unearned. Cocky is you're not doing in my opinion. Cocky is you're not doing shit.
I see the difference. Okay.
But arrogant, you've earned a couple things.
Yeah.
And then I think that in reality, you should always be your arrogance meter should always be like 3 steps above where you actually are. Okay. Should always be 3 steps above where you actually are. Because how else are you gonna fucking get there? Because like growing up, nobody believed in me. Mm-hmm. And I hate doing nobody because that's a hyperbole. I could count on one hand, maybe 2, the people that believed in me, right? Why the fuck would I continue to do that if the power is in myself? The power is in myself. Everybody out there is doubting me. Everyone out there, and if they're not doubting me, they're going to go, oh, well, I deserve it more than him. Well, I deserve this more than him. That happens every fucking day. Mm-hmm. Why would I then say what everyone else is already saying about me? Why? Instead of just going like, no, I got it. Because God got me. I got it. And then goes, damn, why you being like that? Because God got me. Look at where I am.
Can I ask, this is a devil's advocate thing. Mm-hmm. What makes you so special to God?
The fact that God created me and I'm not acting like he didn't. Okay. And I think that it has nothing to do with me, and it has everything to do with people going like, oh yeah, that's just like, in my mind, it's an inarguable fact. I don't have to run around and scream at atheists and because religion isn't my forte. I'm pretty knowledgeable on it, but it's not my thing. I'm not going around, you're gay? Hell. You fucking tattoos? Hell. You mix fabrics, you mix silk and cotton, which is a sin? Hell. I don't do any of that shit. All that shit's dumb. I don't do any of that. But I go, you're a person that God created. I'm a person that God created. I should treat you as close to humanly possible, my version of humanly possible, as I can to how God would want me to. It's not a thing of where I'm special, because, and I'm not saying that this is what you're doing, but that's something that I think that people that are just so desperately trying to move away from God, they try to make it an arrogance thing. And I'm like, that is so ridiculous. Well, why do you think that God made you? And I'm like, oh, he didn't. He made us. He made us so special. We are also special when we see what he laid out for us and is allowing us to walk through. Well, if God's allowing us to walk through all this shit, why do I have all this strife and all this pain, all this whatever? Are you here? Are you alive? Then you can walk through that shit. I'm on fucking food stamps. I'm on food stamps. I did not grow up rich. I get help a little bit here and there. Sometimes mom throws me a couple bucks, stepdad throws me a couple bucks, but they hate that I dropped out of college. My support system is skewed, but I'm walking because I believe that he got me.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Mm-hmm. It's the argumentativeness in me, which I know you like anyway. Mm-hmm. So, kind of sounds pull yourself up by your bootstrapsy.
I am. I'm very much that way. So that's fine. That's probably how it's coming. That's probably how it's coming out of my mouth.
Do you believe in that phrase? You should just pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Most times.
Why?
Because it's subjective. It's very anecdotal. Because I have. I don't want to. Most times, especially like when I have those fits of just sadness, I don't want to do any like it gets because I'm like I hyperfixate. I'm very obsessive. I'm very like these are like all traits that I have. And then when I'm really down bad, nothing brings me enjoyment. I don't want to do anything. Mm-hmm. But there are times where I have been feeling that way, gone to do a show, gave it my all. When I'm backstage, not really talking. Kieron, you're cool? Yeah, just yada, 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 yada. Go on stage, give it my all, and then good things come. Because God's like, I gave you this gift, and then even when you don't feel like using your gift, you still do. You don't make it nobody else's problem. You don't make it yada, yada, yada. You have pulled yourself up because you know that if you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, I'm going to strap them up for you. That's how I view it. If you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, I'm going to buckle the laces for you. Mm-hmm. You'll be good.
I'm going to read something to you. Mm-hmm. The phrase, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, originated shortly before the turn of the 20th century. It's attributed to a late 1800s physics school book that contained the example question, why cannot a man lift himself by pulling up on his bootstraps? So when it became a colloquial phrase referring to socioeconomic advantages shortly thereafter, it was meant to be sarcastic or to suggest it was impossible to accomplish.
What do you want me to say?
I know what your point is about pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. I think I'm not a fan of that phrase because the actual meaning. Similar to blood is thicker than water, is the full phrase is about like the water of the blood of the covenant is what they mean. Mm-hmm. Meaning the family you choose is deeper than the family you're born with. Mm-hmm. So those phrases get fucked with and messed with a little bit. And I don't want you to, as a person that loves to be right, I don't want you to go out with pull yourself by your bootstraps and then someone call you out on the bullshit. So just so you know, the phrase you're using it incorrectly technically.
I want to respond to that.
Okay.
Every person that has ever gone, because now we're entering semantics.
Yeah, we very much are. Yeah.
Every person that goes like, "Oh, I want to go on a picnic." I'm like, "Oh, you want to pick a nigga?"
Sure.
And we don't yell at them. They like, "No, we want to go eat by the lake."
I mean, I do it because it's funny, but
do you get what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
If I'm the type of person that, and now granted, I've learned. Thank you for educating me. Yeah. I've now learned what that means. That doesn't change my intention. And then when it comes down to well, what you're saying is, I'm like, well, then never say that you're going for a picnic again. Sure. Never hum the tune of the ice cream truck song.
Oh, which one? What is that? Oh, no.
Nigger want a watermelon, ha 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 ha. Nigger want a watermelon, ha 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 ha. Nigger want a nigger want. But do you get what I'm saying?
I get exactly what
so
you're
it's
saying.
Like, yes, there's all these things that are displaced in front of us that we have no concept of the meaning. Yeah. Same thing with God. When people meet me and they read my necklace, what does that mean? Try God. Who gave it for you? Your grandma. My grandma, right? Am I doing anything other than making you smile and being a nice person? Yes or no, right? And then they go, no, you're just making me feel. I'm like, okay, then that's God. Mm-hmm. When you're talking to me, that's God, right? You may have had this upbringing of Catholic school and being rude and them shunning you for dyeing your hair and for you liking girls when you were a girl. That's them. Mm-hmm. When you're with me, this is God. Mm. This is pull yourself up by your bootstraps. This is picnic. This is the ice cream truck song. I think that the power to choose, I think the power to take a phrase and not reclaim it, because I think that shit is so dumb when people say that. But the power to take a phrase mm-hmm. and then walk in that and then slowly change people's minds about it, mm-hmm. or make them go, hey, yada yada yada, and I go, oh, did I make you feel that way? or did you read something and then go, I must apply this to all things?
I think my reaction to what you're saying, yes, this is you have to take responsibility for yourself. Mm-hmm. Right? That's essentially what you have to take responsibility, and you make the decisions, you make those choices, and you have free will, so you're able to do.
And that shapes that phrase.
Absolutely. I think my issue is that phrase is generally used in from what I perceive as dismissive, where
I agree with that.
Okay, I'm going to elaborate.
Go.
So the times I've gone to the South Side, like the South Side, I look around, I'm like, there's no infrastructure, and like. You need a car, but nobody's got money. All the jobs are up north.
I'm following you already.
And I'm like, okay, this person here, and then someone born in Wrigleyville.
They can't pick themselves. Yeah.
This isn't to take away from the struggles of someone who, as a human, you're going to struggle. That's part of it. What is it? Buddhism. Life is inherently brings suffering. So there is a hell of a difference in experiences. There's a hell of a difference in opportunity to pull one up. To not even have
had this exact conversation like 45 times.
Okay, do you have some sort of argument against this? Is that what's happening?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're having a conversation.
I'm gonna. Oh boy.
There's no argument.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yes.
It's to me, it's saying it's like, well, this person doesn't have straps in the first place, and this isn't to say that this person can't find the straps and then lace it themselves and then do all of this stuff. This isn't to say that doesn't happen. That's why we have Black excellence. People like you and I, we find the straps and we make the straps ourselves, and we fucking have to make shoes and we put the shoes on. And that's why we always over success. That's why all the Black comics, no offense to white people, we're better. We're like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
We're better. Like objectively, we're generally speaking, we are better at comedy because we have perspectives, and even though socioeconomic or not, if you are Black, you are struggling on some level. Mm-hmm. And so we have to do so much more. The white mediocrity is fucking crazy. Yes. Where their greatest is so fucking mediocre, but the only way we're let in or passed or given money is by being 10 times better than their best.
And working 10 times longer.
Yeah, and 10 times harder.
Yep.
And on some level, that's a beautiful thing. It makes me very proud to be Black. It makes me proud to be part of my culture.
Proud to be an American.
Nope. This would not be Join the Journey if we didn't get into race and talk about white people.
Right.
That makes me very proud. We were at, me and Rachel, we were at Wrigleyville. And we're sitting watching the goober-ass white boys go up, and it's the most bland shit. It is I did something gay, but I'm not gay, but it's gay. It's incest.
Like one of my jokes.
Incest. Love incest. They love talking about incest.
I love it too.
It's talking about race in a way that is
absolutely
stupid.
That's
there was a guy. Oh my god, Kai. There was a comic who went up and he said some sort of perceived stereotype. I don't want to say it because I don't know. I don't want to say his joke and then it become a whole thing.
Right.
But he's some sort of his perceived stereotype about Black people doing a thing.
I know him.
I don't know this nigga. He seems like an open micer. But who knows? Like you were saying, you never know who people are, and I don't want to cause a thing. But he makes a reference towards a stereotype that Black people do from his perspective. No response. This is a room full of white people. No response. And then he says, if you're not laughing at that, then you don't know Black people. And I'm sitting there with Rachel, and I'm like, nigga, you don't know Black. What?
Joe Biden said that.
Yeah, basically. It's like the stereotype he was saying was not even, I'm going to write it down. The stereotype he was saying was not even like I know what he's picturing, but it's very clearly a white dude lens of the stereotype.
It's a very external.
Yeah.
It's very third person.
Yeah.
You're not with the Black people as they're doing this. You're watching them, and you're making some CNN commentary on it.
Yep. And I'm sitting there, and you know when you go to those mics where it's a bunch of goober white boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you're sitting there, and the audience is willing to. There are people, and they're also white and goofy as fuck. And they're willing to give pity laughs and pity claps. And we just don't want this to be uncomfortable, so let's...
But that's not sustainable.
We'll keep... Yeah, so
It kind of is for white people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
where, and
Yeah.
then to
Yeah.
bring it back to the
Yeah.
bootstraps,
Yeah.
that's what pisses me off about it, is that it's not sustainable for people like us, but for someone like them, they can say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and it actually kind of worked for them because the system itself
It's designed to
it's
promote
designed to allow them to be able to do that. If you are white and you are failing and you're not having you don't have a disability or anything like that, like if you're nor mental disability or anything, if you are white and you are failing, I am so fucking embarrassed by you. Like you have the shoes and the laces. Even if you're poor, you have the fucking shoes and the laces right there. You do not have to make them; they've been made.
Right.
And if you are white and failing, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? How is this possible? You have everything right here. And
Can I ask something?
go.
Is that not proof a little bit of equality?
Elaborate.
Is that not proof of equality?
No.
You don't think so? I think, and I'm
No.
not saying this in a literal sense. I'm saying this in kind of like there's a comedic element to it where it
Okay.
goes like, you got the boots and the straps, and you're failing. And it's like, yeah, at least there's some type of order. At least there's some type of order. All they have to do is go like, oh, and then tuck the shoes in their pot in the shoe, tuck the laces in the shoe, and then of course they can run and go to the moon. But it's a little funny to just be like, okay, well at least there's some.
Sure, I see the positive angle.
It's a little funny.
You're given, but then look at all of those black people in the South Side who
Of course.
don't have the thing and could have, if the boots were right in front of them like that, could have easily put them on and would have been like, all right, let's do this, but aren't given. You're special, right? You special, Kieron? You're unique. You're different.
I'm unique. I'm different. Special is weird.
Okay, fine. You're unique. You're different.
Yeah.
I'm unique and different.
Yeah.
Not everybody's unique and different, and it's not fair to expect the same thing from people like us to people who don't have that same insanity. Mm-hmm. And that's where I take issue with it.
I think, and this is gonna sound very Herschel Walker of me. I think that there's also like the mentality component. There's a mentality component.
Okay.
And I think that's something that's pretty inarguable because I think that before I look at this, I think that no matter what, no matter what you're given and no matter what you're not.
Oh shit!
It cut off. Then let me go pee.
No, keep going. Go pee.
Oh. Okay.
Right? It's like you've been watching some gangster movies and think that, but you don't know.
You watch Snakes on a Plane, and then we're like, I'm right about this. You watch Boys in the Hood, and we're like, black. Oh, they all do this.
Experience. Yeah.
I am gonna pee
dumb.
now. I am gonna pee now.
Go pee while you're peeing. I guess I'll sit in the thing. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck? What were we talking about? He's on the phone. Kieron,
Yes.
we're in the middle of a podcast.
I thought we paused it.
No. It's gonna be too much work for me to edit. Go pee.
That's it when I pee.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Why? Don't. Oh my God, Kieron. Did I tell you that with my episode with Tiny, I peed during the episode?
No, but I believe it.
Yeah. No. We this was when I had the cameraman. Do you remember that? Do you remember when I? Yeah. And it was Tiny, so I was like, I'll drink because it's Tiny, and I try to match the person I'm with, and Tiny has a vibe. And when I drink, I have to pee, and I had to pee during it, and I feel like I'm glad it was Tiny because I feel like she doesn't give a shit. She didn't give a fuck, but I'm sure there's a lot of comics who would have not been happy about that.
Probably.
Yeah. Would have found it disrespectful. Yeah, I know.
Do you know this is going to be in a couple years?
What?
Do you believe that it's going to be something in a couple years? I like coming here and just being raw. We laugh when we laugh. We're serious when we're serious. That's something that is rare. I'm really telling you.
Uh-huh.
Get Kim Flores back on here, that's proof of it. And maybe he'll show you what is possible for us.
Say that in the mic and then elaborate, please.
I will.
Okay. God damn it. Where's the... Here it is. Okay.
He'll show you. Can I open it?
Yeah, it's gonna be colder.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm stuffy.
It's up other way. I'll do it. Just talk and I'll do it. God damn it. Go.
He'll show you what is possible for us.
Who will show us?
Ken Flores.
They couldn't hear any of that because you were in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying that in a couple years, I really mean it. This will be a thing. This will be a thing. This will be a moment. And the thing that I love is you'll go, that nigga was right. And that's what I like. That's what I like. You'll go, that nigga was right.
The battery's about to die. So we're gonna have to start wrapping it up. So I'm sorry. No, I know it's gonna be when you how about this? When you say a thing, what do you mean? How big are you trying to say?
As big as I'm going to be.
So you think this podcast will be as big as you?
Of course.
Okay.
And I think that this episode, I think that when you get Ken back on, you will see the formula of like, oh, I had someone before, really big thing, and now having them back is crazy. All the eyes that get on it, all the whatever, and then you see that there's a bunch of people, and then I think that you'll go like, oh, this is what Kieron's talking about.
Okay, I see what you're saying. The part that's kind of weird. Also, for the listeners, it's just gonna die. I'm just gonna let it die. So we'll do it that way.
5 years for me, 5 years me right now. Keep going. You got this shit. Mm-hmm. Keep going. Show Aaron what the fuck is up.
But with Ken, I don't want to be a clout chaser. That's the thing that this podcast I've been proud of is that I've let people on that have basically quit comedy and everything in between, and there is a sense of understanding the full community of Chicago.
That's why you're not a clout chaser. You just answered it.
Okay.
You just answered it. You get everybody on. You just answered it. Clout chasers don't do that. Clout chasers only go for the biggest names and go like, oh well, I have 4 shows. That's okay. I'll do this thing and I'll make sure that I can. That's a clout chaser. When it's like, hey, there's 45 other people that would love to do it. Yeah, I know, but if I get them on, that's clout chasing.
Sure. All right, fair enough.
And you had Ken on before.
Yeah.
You're not clout chasing. You're catching up with someone that also did the podcast.
I would love to hear his stories.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so curious what Ken has been doing.
Yes.
It's crazy. Yeah, man. I first off, I don't want to even say I believe you. I agree because I'm still doing it. I like doing it. I'm still doing it. It's one of those things where eventually it'll pick up,
of course,
some steam. But I just don't know what it'll look like, and a little piece of that makes me nervous because it is such a raw podcast. It's not, hey, joke. It's. My episode has tears, so like,
and that's why.
Yeah,
that's why it matters. That's why it matters because when you reach that level of success, because all we do is be vulnerable and raw on stage, and then when you see the meaning behind the jokes and the people behind the jokes, that is real. And then when that person proves why people should watch them, why people should pay attention to them, and then you have these hours of footage with them. When that when the person becomes a thing, when the person becomes a spectacle, a mogul, an icon, a thing that people want to spectate, and they have footage of this person, current or previously, that gets consumed.
Yeah,
and it holds value and meaning, and you're doing that.
You know what's so crazy? Guess how many? This is gonna be a. We talk about Ken a lot on this episode, but guess how many views his episode has?
I believe it's not even a lot.
Yeah,
I believe it's not even a lot.
Like an actual number.
200.
571.
Yeah.
It's like. It's this underground. It's like when you listen to an Eminem rap from like '96.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying that you have. And then when those people become a spectacle and people go looking, where can I find this person? What can I find more on this person? I've seen everything that there is that Dave Chappelle has to offer. I've seen it because I went looking because he's a spectacle to me. I want to watch. I want to consume. And when those people become something, and then all the person has to say is, "Oh, here's this thing that I did."
Yeah.
And then that's it. Give me a couple years. I'm going to blow up all 4 fucking episodes.
Okay.
All 4.
Okay.
Give you a couple years. You won't need me to blow up all 4. They'll be blown up.
Yeah, it's
Because now you're respectable. I want to hear the questions that Aaron asks people. I want to hear the thing that Aaron. I want to watch Aaron cry during his episode. It's a thing.
I really sincerely wasn't gonna. I was very close to not posting.
Yeah.
Sure. But I did it, and it's out there now.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
No, we get to keep. I'm not saying you gotta leave. I'm just gonna. We're done.
I'm happy with 2.
You're happy with 2?
Yeah. Hours.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy with 2.
Okay.
We got to talk and we got to do a thing.
We did a thing. We're gonna talk.
I don't get to...
Do you want another Polaroid?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so expensive.
Okay, then we don't have to. But you should want one.
We'll do it. All right.